No, we're going. Here we go. Say hello.
Hello.
Day 9 and 10. Forgiveness.
Yep.
And what's day 10?
Well, tomorrow we're just going to kind of wrap everything up. It's going to be a wrap up.
Oh, okay. So there's no word tomorrow.
Well, we're wrapping up. I haven't decided.
Is the word wrap it up?
It might be something like that.
Wrap it up.
There might be a better
I'll
word.
take it.
Wrap. Wrap. So that's tomorrow.
Ooh, I just wrote on you. Sorry.
That's okay. But for today, it's forgiveness.
Isn't there a Bryan Adams song called Please Forgive Me?
Let's just spend this whole time singing songs.
Is that a Bryan Adams song?
It is. There's a Please Forgive Me. And then I was thinking this morning, because I used the song Forgiveness by Toby Mac, which is kind of a fun rap song. But I also...
You tend to pick songs I don't like.
Really?
Who's Toby Mac, and why don't you pick Bryan Adams? Please forgive
because
me.
I'm not sure everybody else would have liked that, and I'm picking...
It's not about everybody else, it's about me.
I'm picking songs that, basically, the days... I decide what the days are going to be based on a song I hear, and then that kind of is how it all grows. And so it's not about making the choice and then choosing the song. It goes the other way.
Starts with the song.
Exactly. And so these were songs when we were on our trip that I was listening to that I was like, these are, I think, the ones I'm going to use. So, and I've also done a lot of retreats, and I try and do different songs. So it's not always easy. I can't use the exact same song every time.
That's true.
You know?
If you ever need any help with songs, let me know.
Well, no, because you'll just choose a bunch of Pink Floyd and
Well, I was
stuff
thinking
like that.
there's that pumpkin song that I like called Muzzle.
Yes.
And I don't know if the word of the day for a retreat should be muzzle.
I don't think so. But you know what I was thinking this morning? The song that came into my head was that Don Henley song called The Heart of the Matter, because he talks about forgiveness in that song too.
That is good. One of my least favorite songs of all time is Dirty Laundry.
Really?
And isn't Don
Kick 'em when they're up.
Kick 'em when they're down. Kick 'em when they're up. Kick 'em all around.
That's actually a song about...
terrible
Do you know what
song.
that's about?
The press.
Yes, it's about the press. And he's right. It's an 80s song, but it's still true today.
It's a horrible 80s song. Maybe that'll be on my bad
You don't like...
80s song.
No.
No. Is that Don Henley or is that the Eagles?
No, it's Don Henley.
Brutal.
Okay, so forgiveness. It's kind of a serious topic that we're starting our time talking lightly.
Let's segue into
Depth. Okay, so the reason that we need to talk about forgiveness, the reason this is an important for a retreat like this, is because I think that sometimes our inability to see beauty or experience beauty is because we're so full of other things that we don't have any open space. And some things, I think we have decisions, or how do I want to say this? I think that we can always make a choice about what we carry around. And no matter what kind of experiences you've had, like it's not like, well, I've had worse pain than you, therefore I'm going to carry this. I think we always have a choice. And again, this isn't easy work, but if you can start to realize that carrying around resentment and anger doesn't do anything but hurt you, you can start to release that and simultaneously understand that that doesn't mean that you condone other people's behavior or that you think it's okay that people have caused you pain. And notice the way I'm saying this, have caused you pain. It's in the past. It's gone. And one of the quotes that I put on that on your email was Oprah's quote, and actually I think an expert gave her this quote, but she said it a lot, is that, forgiveness is letting go of the hope that the past could have been different, meaning it's already gone and it's done. And once you've, can embrace that and respect the fact that it's over, you can start the process of letting it go and healing so that space is open. Because if you decide to fill up all that space with anger and resentment, life is going to be more difficult. You're going to have a different lens.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
There's levels of forgiveness.
Okay.
So you in your beautiful email where you forgave that woman from 30 years, or
no, she forgave me.
That woman from 30 years ago forgave you. That was awesome, but that was something that was not in your life right now. So that was something that may be easy for her to do because you did something 30 years ago. What about, and then that's one side of the spectrum.
True. And can I stop you right there?
Sure.
Because why that's important, and hold on to the thought that you were just going to say, is I agree. That's kind of like a third tier forgiveness, because like you said, But here's the thing that I understood about that experience. It wasn't about, as I said in the email, it wasn't about I need her to forgive me. It's that I realized that experience in 5th grade has been affecting me my whole life. It affects the way that I do talk about things or don't talk about things. It affects the way that my concern about what I say and how people respond to me, it affected me, and it shaped pieces of my life because I still carried it.
Right.
And so I know that I didn't give it justice, but it was a pretty big deal in the moment.
Right.
Or for a 5th grader. And I guess my point is that even though you're like, yeah, that person doesn't see you anymore, you don't really need that. It wasn't about her. It was about how it was affecting me.
Right.
So that's what I needed to release. Now go on.
So that was tier 3.
Tier 3.
Tier 1 is, and I don't know what tier 2 is, but somewhere in between, where you're living with somebody.
Correct.
Or when something is happening on a daily or a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it is, like you said, this is a huge topic that cannot be figured out in this retreat.
Not at all.
But maybe we can create a little bit of awareness by it. I think my question I ask is, if somebody's harmed you yesterday,
correct,
and you know is going to harm you tomorrow,
right,
or if you follow the pattern,
right,
how do you forgive that person?
Well, and see, that's the other thing, that this is, like you said, it's very big. Like today is just about getting the concept and understanding, and then it's a lifetime of practice. Like Rabbi Rami said, right. He did one of the quotes, and he wrote a wonderful book about forgiveness, that it's a practice of forgiveness because you don't just like do it and then it's over. It's constant. But there's a few things. If you're living with someone that you constantly feel like you need to forgive, then there's something bigger going on.
Right.
There's something that needs to be discussed. There's something that needs to be healed or reshaped or reframed.
Right.
There's something that needs to change
Right.
if you're feeling like you need to forgive someone. Now, if it's something that is someone's in your life.
Yeah, what if it's like a mother-in-law that
yes.
that you're not living with, but you know you're going to see them all the time?
There needs to be a shift in the expectation. And I was talking to you last night about someone that I feel that hurts my feelings a lot. And I don't think that the intention every day is, hey, I'm going to go hurt Kathy's feelings. But the reason I get my feelings hurt by this person is because my expectation for this person is
too high.
And I have
you have a
I have a different framework of where this person fits.
Right, and this person does not fit where you think this person does.
Right, and so the thing is that
what you need to do is lower your expectations.
But that sounds negative. What I need to do is I need to shift that person's, how I perceive that person in my life, so then I can enjoy what I do get,
right, and
not be constantly angry for what I don't.
Right.
And so a lot of times, like, I was saying at the beginning, we always have control's the wrong word. We always have a choice about how we perceive something. And we can either choose to be constantly hurt and constantly disappointed, or we can say, this person, this is what they do.
Right.
This is this person's MO. So getting angry about every time they do it is like beating yourself over the head.
Right.
Because this is what they do.
Right.
Now, when I say this to you guys, I'm not trying to simplify it and say, well, just deal with it. It's a daily practice. It's not that you're going to make the decision, like last night, the conversation I was having with you, I've gotten my feelings hurt for a long time about this, but every day I have to make a choice about how I'm going to see it.
Right.
And there will probably be a day in a month where I call you, we live together, where I say to you, this person hurt me again, and I have to re-practice.
Yeah,
it's not,
right.
You don't just like chalk it up and wrap it up and throw it away.
Right.
But I think the thing about this day that's important to understand is knowing that when you are angry with someone, or when you constantly put all your energy and thought about why they do things and how they do things, you are giving them so much power. Mm-hmm. You are allowing them to double hurt you.
Right.
And if you can every day release that kind of expectation and do the best you can from where you are,
right,
you're free.
So what about this? What
Okay.
about what if somebody listening to this says, you know what, forgiveness is something that I haven't practiced very often, and
Okay.
I need to start practicing it with this specific person, and they know it's in their best interest, in their highest energy level, it's in the best thing for them to forgive, yet so their brain knows that they need to forgive, but their heart simply isn't following suit. Like,
Okay.
I still am pissed at this person for doing whatever it is he or she is
and
doing.
could I do a small shift, because I know exactly where
Sure.
you're going? Could we shift it and say your heart's ready to forgive, but your head's not?
Okay, either one. I don't care.
Okay.
So what do you do when those two are not in alignment?
Well,
I don't want this person to continue to drain my energy, so I'm going to forgive that person, even though what they did still pisses me off.
Well, I think that's the difference. I'm not quite sure with what you're saying. Are you saying that you're not ready to forgive, or are you saying?
I think it's head versus heart, whichever one you want to label with one
Well,
thing.
I think your heart always wants to forgive.
Like sometimes you just want to do it because you want to be released of it, but you can't bring yourself to do it.
Okay.
You know what
well,
I mean?
Sure. And I think that's just a stage, meaning that's just a step along the way.
But what if you've been stuck on that stage for a week or a year or a decade?
Well, then I feel like whenever you're stuck, you need to try something different. And some of the activities that I offered here about writing something out, talking to someone about it, journaling about something, and then maybe burning it and letting it go. If you're stuck, then, I just visualize things. You're literally stuck and you have to do something different. You can't keep doing the exact same thing,
Right.
expecting to get a different result. Like there was a time when, many times when I've been stuck on something, and so I will make a huge vision board of all these different ideas that I'm trying to work through because I feel stuck, and that'll somehow give me like a push, like I'll put up a bunch of words, and so I focus on that. Like I think the thing is nothing's going to drop out of the sky one day and say, oh, now I can forgive this person.
Right.
You've got to do something.
Right.
You've got to talk it through. You've got to talk, if it's serious, you got to talk to a therapist or a coach. You've got to talk to a good friend. You've got to journal about it. You've got to offer yourself something new. What I thought you were going to say, though, was like what Reverend Ed said. Reverend Ed Bacon, who has one of the quotes on the emails, is someone that Todd and I actually know now. But he's an author, and he talks a lot about forgiveness. And he just says the first step is just acknowledging that you do want to forgive, and just letting it sit there for a while, meaning the fact that you realize...
What does he say? He had a really good quote.
Yeah.
He's like, please give me the strength to, like,
Yeah.
I can't forgive this person today.
Right.
But what you can do is pray or meditate on giving
the
you
desire.
the strength
Yes.
to do it.
Yes. So it's like a stage,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's not... I think the clarity about today is understanding how forgiveness...
Right. Got it.
can heal you.
Got it.
It's not about today, forgive everybody that's ever hurt you.
Right.
Today is understanding. So if today, like the other day, I was walking and I ran into someone I knew. And do you ever when you're taken off guard and you're talking to someone and you're kind of like, small talking. I'm not a huge fan of small talk. And then all of a sudden you say something really stupid.
Okay.
like, not mean, but just something dumb.
Yeah,
that,
like a sentence you wish you had back.
yeah, where you're like, why did I say that? It was just a small talk thing. And then I walked away and I was like, oh my gosh, like, Kathy, that was such a stupid thing. I'm beating myself up. Those are the kind of things that on a day like today, you're going to let it go.
Yeah, right.
You're going to forgive yourself and say you said something dumb.
That's stage 4.
That's like, these are minor infractions of,
yeah.
but they are good things to practice. Like the thing I said to do today was to put, I forgive myself on the mirror. So when you make a mistake today, when something slips through the cracks, or if these things happen, you let it go quickly.
Right.
You don't sit and dwell on it. You don't, like this morning, I practiced this. Yesterday, I had one of those days. Todd is traveling. A lot happened. I'm not going to dump all it on you, but I just had to work really hard yesterday on a lot of different things. And at the conclusion, I was like, oh, I worked hard today. Well, my daughter woke up today and walked right in the bathroom and said, Mom, you didn't do what I asked you to do. You didn't buy syrup. Mm-hmm. Of all the things I did yesterday.
You did 99 things.
99,000 things.
But you didn't do one really...
that I didn't even say I was going to do.
Not significant thing.
And I first got really annoyed and was like, oh, Cameron, I did all these things. And then she doesn't care, though.
Right.
Like, when you start to give your whole story to children, that means nothing to them.
You
all she
turn
knows...
into Charlie Brown's teacher.
You do. Wah, 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 wah. So really all she wants to know is, do I matter? Do you hear me? Do you see me? So thankfully I got a little break because she went to give you a hug really quick. And then she came back and I said, you know what? I didn't do it yesterday. It wasn't on my list. And, what else can you have for breakfast today? And I'm sorry that happened. And not just apologizing to her like I owed her,
Right.
but forgiving myself for that. Like, because I really don't feel bad about it.
Right, but you have an instinct of mother's guilt.
Yeah, I have the mother's guilt, and I also have the thought that she should understand how much I did.
Yeah.
And really, both are not
Out of whack.
out of whack. So I guess my point is those are the things we're going to practice today. The little things, like let it go. Because the more you can do that, you're keeping space open for beauty.
Right.
That's the whole point of, connecting this, is that when we fill up all the space in ourselves with anger, resentment, with guilt, with shame, with I should have done, with productivity, there's no space to see anything beautiful.
Right.
You've got to, like, when you let something go that's big, like you have a big revelation or you have a big cry or you really release something, you want to make sure that right afterwards you do something really lovely for yourself. So you fill that, because you've basically opened up a space.
Right.
You want to fill that space up with something gentle and beautiful,
Right.
like do something kind for yourself.
All right.
So so that's that. Any other questions that you had
Well,
about
I do,
today?
but we're 15 minutes in.
Well, it's the last thing. I'm not too worried about it.
Okay.
Because they can take it in pieces.
I don't know. From a wrap-up thing, I guess I just want to hear from people what they thought of it. And,
Right.
And you'll do some type of follow-up email. Or
I'll do a
whatever.
follow-up email. So tomorrow, it's the wrap-up is going to be kind of like piecing all these things together, and I haven't done it yet, so I can't. I'm not holding out on you. I just don't have it written yet. But one thing that is going to be one of the things that you can do is to write yourself a mission statement, maybe putting together some of these ideas that we worked on and writing it into a paragraph so you can keep it. Because a retreat is not just for the day, even though we're obviously being present with it and focusing on the day. It's a practice.
We'll carry it forward.
Exactly. You're jump starting something.
Take it off the mat.
Yeah. So don't take it off the mat. What is that from?
That's from yoga.
Yoga. I thought you were talking wrestling language.
No.
I was like,
I'm
take
not
it off
talking
which mat?
Loudon Swain.
Okay. So we're talking yoga. But yes, you take your practice off the mat. So you try and pull some of these concepts into your everyday life. And are you going to do every single one? Probably
You
not.
could do one thing. You're ahead of the game.
That's right. So so that's that. And we've just really enjoyed doing this for these
And maybe
couple
we'll
weeks.
do a wrap-up YouTube clip. Depends on what's going on in our day today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if we don't, we really loved doing this. And Kathy did all the work. I just talk in front of a mic for 10 minutes a
Well,
day.
you wrote forgive on you did your hand stuff.
That's right.
And also, thank you for the people who wrote on the Facebook
Did
page.
you just say also? Also.
Also.
And I'm Cindy Lauper.
Also. I don't know how I said it. I can't hear myself. But I will say thank you to those who wrote on the Facebook page and helped each other and supported each other, because it's nice when people connect and understand that there's all these people on this retreat. I think it ended up being like 54. And
Crazy.
Yeah, and you've got to understand that all these people are out there in different parts of the country. One of the women is is out of the country, and that we're all doing this work and trying to better our worlds.
And we're creating a higher vibration for the world out there.
Yeah, exactly. And that you are not alone. When you have those days like, I'm the only one doing this, or I'm the only one who cares, it's not true.
Yeah.
There's many people, and you can pull from the strength of this group. And
I think most people know that we have our podcast, but just in case you don't, we do a weekly podcast.
Yeah.
We've done 120 shows. So if for whatever reason you happen to like us, back and forth banter, there's about 115 shows for you to...
You just said like us back and forth banter. You
Yeah.
mean like our back and forth banter?
Exactly.
Also.
So if you like that, zenparentingradio.com.
Yeah, so, and we'll be in touch. And so just have a wonderful Thursday and Friday. And just know that we think about you guys, and
And we love you.
we love you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.